That's News Nation's national correspondent, Alex Caprariello. He was in the court today. He heard the hearing. He saw the reactions, and he's live now in Park City, Utah. So you got the plum assignment. You get the beautiful views. You get the mountains behind you. And I can imagine you could see on the face of once wealthy Kouri Richins that this is not the life she's leading right now.
No, absolutely. And I think you pointed out a smart thing there, the victim impact statement and the effect that it had on Kouri Richins. I will say, though, for the majority of the hearing that we saw today, she seemed really composed. She was listening, taking notes, watching the arguments unfold, listening intently to the witnesses. But then when that victim impact statement came from Amy Richins, that's Eric's sister, you really saw her break down. She lowered her head, she was handed a tissue, and then she just began sobbing. And actually, if you look at the video, you'll see her actually shaking in her chair. The interesting thing was I asked the Richins family attorney afterwards whether or not he believed that those were real tears. He told me, quote, "I don't know if there's anything about that woman that I believe." So certainly, whether it was a performance or not, you definitely saw emotion from her today.
Well, talk to me a little bit more about Amy Richins. We've heard about Kouri Richins, the accused. We've heard about Eric Richins, the victim, who's no longer with us, her former, late husband now. But Eric had a sister, and she was in court, and she was the one that may have really, been the headliner today. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest moment of today's hearing beyond just the decision from the judge, was actually hearing from the Richins family for the very first time. Just a basic reminder, Amy Richins was Eric's sister who was there when Kouri Richins had a locksmith and was trying to drill into Eric's safe. And so we heard more about that anecdote that was so bizarre, that Kouri Richins trying to drill into the safe to try to get tens of thousands of dollars, and Amy Richins intervening and getting punched in the face. So that was new information for us to hear, exactly how that unfolded. But beyond that, it was her explaining what Eric Richins meant to her family, to her three boys, to his three boys, to the community here, and just how much that his death has been a loss for everyone within that family. We have a portion of her victim impact statement where you can see Kouri Richins crying and shaking in her seat. Let's take a listen.
After being intentionally poisoned, he was faced with betrayal and terror. The thought of it is unbearable. I am haunted by the horror of it. This last year has been a living hell for our family. We have watched as Kouri has paraded around portraying herself as a grieving widow and victim while trying to profit from the death of my brother.
Heartbreaking.
And I know this isn't lost on you, Ashleigh.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's not lost on you, but it's an important reminder that Kouri and Eric had three sons, right? And so that was the center of this argument, which was these boys, if Kouri Richins is let out, she's not only a potential flight risk, but she could pose a danger to her three sons, to the Richins family, to any of the witnesses that may be called into the trial. So really making sure the judge heard that argument. We're trying to protect the boys here.
I've got just a minute left, but I have to read some of the Google searches that were read out in open court today in this, slightly evidentiary-styled hearing, even though it was a bail retention hearing. None of these sound good, so I just want to preface them by saying these were actually Googled after Eric died. It makes a big difference. You'll know why when you hear them. I'll start with this. What is a lethal dose of fentanyl? Can cops force you to do a lie detector test? If someone is poisoned, what does it go down on the death certificate as? Luxury prisons for the rich in America. I would love to see the results of that search. And the last one is death certificate says pending. Will life insurance still pay? Alex, just a quick button up here. She's going to stay in the lockup in Park City. And how long do we expect before we start actually, getting close to trial?
Well, it sounds like she'll be back in the courtroom in about 10 days for another sort of minimal hearing, nothing too big. But speaking to the family attorney, he expects that the judge will keep this trial on a fast track if it does go to trial, in which case we might see her in court in front of a jury in about 6 to 8 months.
Alex Caprariello, thank you. And I'm glad you got that assignment and that you get to spend your evening outside the walls of the institution, not like Kouri Richins. Alex Caprariello for us reporting live. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.